Hey, I've been talking to you about the proper care and feeding of pastors. I just want to talk really quick about youth pastors. Spent a lot of time as a youth pastor, about 9 years or so as a youth minister at a great little church. Had a fantastic time. One of the highlights of my life was those years in youth ministry. One of the things that I saw a lot was that I started as youth minister when I was 30, and I saw a lot of youth ministers that came on that were young guys right out of Bible college, 21 years old, 22 years old, some even younger, some that didn't even go to Bible college. They were just somebody that loved working with the teens and ended up being named the youth pastor. And so because of that youth and inexperience, and even for myself, when I was 30, I consider myself, yeah, to be youthful and inexperienced for sure. But one of the things I always appreciated were those people that didn't attack. Because you know what? Young people are going to make mistakes. Here's a secret for you: old people make mistakes too. And so, if I did something that was wrong or incorrect, I always loved it. I had this great pastor that I worked with, and he was always so humble. And when I said something that he didn't think was appropriate, which I tend to do, just I love making fun, telling funny stories, and I used a term that he thought was not appropriate. And he came to me and he was so humble, and he said, "Mike, I really want to talk to you about something you said during your sermon." And my eyes, I'm sure, got big, like, "Oh, what did I say?" And he said, "You use this word," and he told me the word, and he said, "Now, that probably doesn't mean anything in your generation, but to my generation, to the people that are over 60, that term means something a little different." And I was mortified. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, most of my congregation's over 60." And I so appreciated him coming and saying that to me, because I don't want to offend people. I don't want to be I want to be the kind of person that's just cutting edge to just make people shock and awe or whatever. And I really appreciated that. And so that's something I'd really encourage you to do, especially with those young youth pastors, is to take on the role of a teacher, to take on that role of a big brother. Years ago, I had a friend that stepped into the elders role at a church that he didn't want to do it because he'd seen how the eldership was run for years, and he said, "I don't want any part of that." And when he took on the role, I remember sitting down with him and him saying, "Mike, I don't want to do this because I don't want to just sit here and have these pointless meetings, and I don't want to get hung up on that stuff." And I said, "Well, here's the great thing. Now you're one of the elders, so you can change it. You can change it." And he said, "Well, I just don't really know what to do." And what I told him was this: just be a big brother. Be the big brother. That's basically the idea. I'm an elder. It's like the older one. Be the big brother to the younger people in the church. Be a big brother to the less spiritually mature people in the church, the new believers, the young believers. Be that big brother and take that role. Rather than being critical of, "Oh, that youth pastor, all he's doing is making a mess," or, "Oh, he just keeps spending money. Oh, another pizza party." Oh, instead of becoming critical, or instead of just attacking the things that you see wrong, be a teacher. Take on that role. Take on that role, and I guarantee you they will be blessed by it. Because our natural response, of course, is when we're attacked, is to be offended, and that's a natural thing when somebody attacks you, to put up your fists. But when somebody comes alongside and says, "Hey, I care about you, I love you, I appreciate your work you're doing, I just really need to talk to you about something," and when you come with that humble heart, it's a whole lot easier to receive. So keep that in mind. If you're an elder or a bishop or a deacon, keep that in mind. That attitude of being a big brother, and especially with dealing with younger people in ministry, to say, I'm not going to become hypercritical. I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to nitpick, but I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be an encourager. I'm going to come alongside and help to guide and direct them so that they can grow and not be squashed down by the waves that they take as, "Oh, I keep failing. I'm just messing up. I can't do anything right. They're always on me." Rather than you coming aside and put your arm around and going, "Hey, I'm here. I'm praying for you. How can I support you? How can I assist you? What can we do?" That is a great thing, and always appreciated. Something to think about. God bless you.